All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the lab. As always, you got Lou, Alex, and Brandon. We hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. Today, we're gonna take a little bit of a shorter episode, but we had gotten a question a few weeks ago when we put up a poll, and the question was: should a long distance runner, triathlete, or Ironman participant participate in a strength training program? Um, and if so, how would you do it? So short answer, yes. Yes, definitely should be a part of your regular training regimen. Um, Obviously, if you have no idea how to set that up, then, get with a strength conditioning coach, personal trainer, someone that actually understands the demands of it. Um, but maybe let's go a little bit more into like the why it's so important for people to have strength when they're doing long distance running. Um, hmm. I guess you could think about it from like mechanic wise, breakdown, being able to tolerate impact. Um, but I think more often than not, when I've had like long distance runners who come in, they're like usually very weak in the quads. Lateral hip usually is pretty weak, and there's usually some form of asymmetry between the two sides that either one side's getting overutilized because of the weakness on the other side, or they just don't know how to kind of tailor the volume to their training. And so they're just thinking, oh, I've got a race in a month. I should just go out there and start running 10 miles. So it's just an overload right away. Um, yeah. How about you guys? What do you guys think? Yes, no. And how would you guys go about tailoring that maybe?
Yes. And then, I mean, you can look at it from two different aspects. You can look at it from just someone who likes to go out and enjoy running, distance, stuff like that. Then you can look at it
Mm-hmm.
from the competitive aspect of it. So, resistance training also helps increase like the bone mineral density. Okay. So, you're going to get strength gains from obviously lifting weights. You're not going to get strength gains from running. So, you're going to kind of start wearing the joints and the stuff like that down. So, the larger bone mineral density you have, the less likely you're going to start seeing the stress fractures and kind of things like that. I mean, you are hitting your ground contact at anywhere from 2.5 to 3 times your body weight. So you have to have a solid, strong structure to be able to handle that for, you know, 1,200 to 3,000 repeated steps. So just from that
Mm-hmm.
aspect. And then from a competitive side, if you kind of take away like the stride length and the frequency and things like that. You just talk about like the power output. So you get the stride length and things like that from power output. So if you can increase your power output, your stride length is going to go a little bit farther and your time's going to drop. Then you kind of start throwing in, the technique of running and stuff like that. But just from a power aspect, you can increase your power output per stride. You're going to have a faster running pace.
Mm-hmm.
And then how you kind of teeter that is a lot of people will make the mistake of if you already ran, 3, 4 miles or whatever, then you go in and you think about, okay, I just need to do lightweight and things like that. You're already taxing the same energy system. So you need to work on actual strength stuff. So work on, instead of going 12 to, 20 reps and work on muscle endurance, which you already did. Once you start getting down into the 8 reps and lower and actually start focusing on strength and power output instead of just beating a dead horse and going right into more muscle endurance.
Yep. Which I think I think it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like a misconception with distance runners as well. It's like they equate just kind of like the old like rumor or whatever of or the misconception of like females and how it'll make them bulky if they even look at a weight room. It's kind of the same thing in terms of with like distance runners too. They think they
Mm-hmm.
equate to like, muscles or bigger, larger muscles as being slow. That's not necessarily the case. Like I you can max out every single day, but if you're still running your, 5, 10, 15, 20 miles a day or every other day or whatever, like you're still going to look like a distance runner, I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the food and everything like that too, but as far as that, I mean, just in terms of like long distance runners or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
I think we have, well, I mean, Brandon who has two of the top like distance runners in the state, and they max out like consistently. They're in the gym. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him a shout out like Noah. Noah when he first came in, like dude, he wasn't much bigger than a barbell. but he's probably
150
only put on, I don't know, 10 pounds maybe. Something
Nah,
like
he's
that.
pushing 20, 25.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. He started out
I-
like 110, 115. Now he's like 135, 140.
yeah. And
So it's
he's
like if you building the lean muscle mass, you're gonna be good. It's like when you start building and then like, you start eating weight and maybe start running, you start putting on that kind of that fatter side of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have an issue. But if you put on like good solid lean muscle mass, you're just gonna give you more of an energy system, more um oxygen can get to the muscles, you can get more power output. I mean, you can just handle that load a lot
yeah.
stronger.
And I mean, not to mention though, his confidence levels is like through the roof now too. I mean, I think that's a big part of running. Like if you can, if like going into like an event, like, oh, I got this. Like you run different. You're not as stressed. You're not as tight. You're not taking these short breaths. Like you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing.
You start getting to like the end of a race, like you're at the last 100-meter dash of a or 100-meter dash of a 2 mile or whatever. You got to have a strong kick. So I'm knowing that you've strained in different ways other than running, and you know that you have the power and the strength to finish the race compared to somebody else. I mean, confidence wise, that's just a game changer.
Yeah. Actually, we need to get the clip from the Nike run or Nike, whatever it was that Noah just did, because he got a dude kicked at the end, and Noah just stayed right with it, and then waited until that kid started failing, then he hit his kick. Like it's just simply the difference in power output and being able to sustain that strength endurance throughout the entire length of the race.
It makes sense. So like where have you guys seen, like with people who have never touched a weight and they've been a long distance runner, where have you guys seen where like the weakest at?
Everywhere.
Hips.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Or they just have they just don't have very good control over a lot of their body. Like if they're not going in like a very straight line, then and going forward, they're screwed.
So
But
like what would
100%
you guys see them? What were we saying?
hips, hamstrings,
Hips.
glutes, all of it.
Okay. So like with like I guess training frequency, if you've got someone who's in like their cross country I guess season, you have them there. How many days a week are you gonna have them there into the gym?
I like to see minimum 2.
No, 2.
It depends how many miles they're putting in, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you had
Yeah.
like a triathlete? So like you have someone who's like, they got the swim, they got the bike, they got the running distance. Like, how are you guys going to tailor a program for someone like that where if they got to do all of those other types of modalities for like, aerobic, are you going to do 2 or are you going to do like 3 or just kind of vary it as they get closer towards their actual competition?
It'll vary a little bit more. You still want to try to stick to
Mhm.
minimum 2. If you get to 3, you're just gonna have to kind of work your splits a little bit more. I mean, obviously you need to. Honestly, I would try to go weight room side 30 to 40 minutes. Just get what you need to do, get in and get out.
Yep.
It's
Makes
like anything
sense.
else. It's just a tool.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's kind of how we did it with our now coworker Pablo, because he does
Mhm.
triathlons, and we kind of tailored it to that as well. So he handled like his swimming aspect of it, and then like we kind of just sprinkled in like what days he should be lifting, and he can add either like running or biking to that one as well. So we could do like a ton of volume day, for example, on like a lower body, and then he can bike that day because he's not getting that impact of the joints over and over and over, but he's still keeping
Makes
that
sense.
endurance up. And then like the days that he's running, we could just do like a quick, 30, 40-minute workout. And it's just very condensed as far as like the load that he's going to be lifting is a
Mhm.
lot higher in aspects of him.
Yeah,
Now,
don't
what
try to
about
go on a
like
long run. A lot of people make the mistake of either doing a heavy lift and then a long run, or a
Mhm.
long lift and then a heavy run. I mean, your legs aren't going to be able to handle that.
No.
No, that doesn't sound fun in general.
No.
I think like the top 3 spots that I think that are either undertrained or maybe are just not up to like tolerating impact repeatedly over long distances are going to be the lateral hips, or talk about like the glutes, obviously the quad, especially when you start incorporating like hills, like descents, especially. And then actually the soleus, like those three, I think have been, at least since I've been practicing, have been like the big three for runners, where like those are habitually weak in people that start developing like tendonitis, pain. Especially actually, you think about the people who develop like the Achilles tendonitis, more often than not, gastrocs not bad at all. It's more often than not, it's it's going to be that soleus. But so if you had to make like a perfect program for let's go with like the triathlete, are you guys going to focus on like maybe one or two compound movements and then break it down into like maybe one or two accessories, or like is that it, just compounds, call it a day?
No, I mean, you still got to hit the accessories like like you said, your
Mhm.
calves, your tibs. You know, you start getting into triathlons. I mean, you got to have good health, shoulder health for the swim. You know, you really got to isolate the quads because that's going to take a pounding on the bike. So, I mean, there's definitely. Usually, I would go, you know, like a heavy compound lift, and then you would go into like a lot of accessories. I would kind of maybe even it out a little bit more, maybe kind of spend a little bit more. Now, I'd probably go more accessories and compound lifts, just kind of hit like a maybe 2 or 3 sets at say if you're doing a heavy day, 2 or 3 sets, maybe a double or a triple, whatever it may be, and then a lot of accessories and then
Yep.
things like that. I mean, because a lot of your events that you'll do, so like your swim, your bike, and then your running, it's all pretty much single unilateral work. You know, you always take one cycle at a time, you always take one step at a time, you always take one stroke at a time. So a lot of unilateral work with accessories.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I would do it as well. You need to have like the intensity aspect of it, you know. So if you need to set a timer as far as like 40 minutes, because most of these triathlon guys, they're not going to be, you know, over 300 pounds, 400 pounds on any given lift. So like you're not taking forever to get to that top set. So then, you know, once it's hit, you know, you can have a one and done attempt at it, or you can even, you know, say that you miss a deadlift and you get one more crack at it kind of thing. But then from there, like you need to move on. And it's going to end up being like a lot of interval stuff too. And
Why
probably high
intervals per
reps.
se?
You know. What?
Why high rep and intervals?
Uh, just because it's very repetitive of what they're doing. So they
Okay.
need to have like, because what I would like to see is like the velocity of their bar or the velocity of their movement stay consistent from the first rep to the 50th or the 100th, stuff like that. Because then that's building their strength endurance to stay at that pace throughout their whole event of whatever one they're at.
I didn't even think about, we should have had Pablo come on for this episode. This would have been a fun one for him. Shoot. Hindsight's 2020 thing. Anything else in particular you guys wanted to add on for that? No.
If you run faster, then you're usually done with the race quicker.
Is
That
that
was always
how it
my
works?
motto.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you don't let anybody ahead of you, you'll win.
Anyone in particular that's directed towards?
No.
No.
All.
No names.
Get out fast, finish faster.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Trip everybody that goes to pass you.
Man, this is good. I'm sure they're going to learn a lot from this.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotta know. Have you ever run a distance race, Trotter? Like, what's like the furthest you ever run? I gotta know.
I did a mile and a half in 11 minutes and 7 seconds or something like that in
Okay.
2018, maybe.
Okay.
And I hadn't ran a sprint or like a run at all in 5 years, 4 years.
A sprint? You did sprint.
Yeah, but not leading up to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was curious.
It
How
was
about you,
terrible.
Brandon? It was terrible.
I signed up for a half marathon 2 days before it was, and I did pretty good.
2 days before. Oh my god.
Stay ready, ain't got to get ready.
Dude, do a little
Yeah.
bit of jogging, do a little bit of weightlifting.
Yeah. I mean,
Got
I
a little bit of
was 250 pounds when I ran that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I wasn't small and I wasn't large either, but right there in the middle.
Have a little competitive side to you. You're all right. I'm pretty
Yeah.
convinced I could sign up for a marathon like tomorrow, and I would handle it.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. I'm
Yeah,
not that way
see,
at all. No.
that's
It's
the
gonna
other
suck
thing, too.
ass, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be like I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah. It's the aftermath for me because I know that like I'm gonna kill myself to pass that person that's in front of me.
Mhm.
I mean, I was sore for a week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
I did the Murph too. I think I did the Murph in 17 or 18, one of the two. And I did it in like 41. Something like that.
wow.
Yeah.
It's not
I
bad.
didn't have a vest on because the one didn't fit.
Jesus Christ. 41 minutes, really?
Yeah, something like that. It was like 41, 27 or something. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I beat all the CrossFit guys at Hybrid at the time. I totaled my first 2,000 pounds, and then 3-ish weeks later is I did the Murph in 41.
That's actually like I'm impressed for a guy your size doing that. That's kind of crazy.
It was awful.
You loved it. Shush.
No.
Yes, you did. Not dumb. No. You guys ever seen like the Disney races and stuff like that where they do like it's called the Dopey Challenge, where you do like a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and then a marathon?
No.
Yeah, it's called the Dopey Challenge for a reason. So like there's one year we did a 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon all in the span of one weekend, and I will never do anything like that again. That was absolutely horrendous. It was just
I'm more of
not
a
fun.
beer miler kind of guy now.
Not the donut mile.
Nah, that one was too easy.
That's too easy. Oh, that's funny. No, but trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to throw in there on today's episode. I mean, not gonna lie, running's kind of taking a backseat in my type of training right now. But I definitely think that that would be something that I would enjoy kind of getting back into. Not that I don't enjoy lifting heavy
I'm gonna wait till I get older.
till you get older.
Yeah,
Define older, old man.
40.
Okay, that's a little cruel, but okay.
Then I'll probably do. I want to do a marathon at least once.
You might as well just do an ultra marathon. I don't know why
Fuck
you're just
it.
stopping at marathon.
I'm just gonna go right to an Ironman, full Ironman.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't take you as a half-ass kind of guy, but
Hey, that'd be
What
terrible.
was
I'd take
the what's the distance on an ultra marathon?
a lot.
166 or something ridiculous.
Let's just look.
Yeah.
Pretty much from freaking Toledo to Cincinnati.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, says common distances for ultra running: 50K, 100K, 50 miles or 100 miles. Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, you're freaking getting off at Pickle exit and you're going to Bowling Green, bro.
Pass. I'm good.
Nah, that's an all-day event.
That looks like an all-day event. That looks horrible.
Dude.
No, I'm good. I think I'd rather do a dopey challenge than do that. At least I'll
Oh,
get breaks.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way.
No, but trying to think. Did we even answer the original question?
Yeah,
Yes.
originally.
Yeah. So should runners strength train? Yes. Yes, they should. Stronger you are, better you can handle forces, better you can propel yourself forward. Have fun with it. Any other little tidbits or words of wisdom, gentlemen?
All your
Speed.
answers are in the gym.
yeah, get strong, get fast, don't die. But
Yep.
all right, well, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we will see you guys next time.